How y'all doing? It's Friday, baby. Y'all know what that shit is. By now, you ought to see, because you know this video. Hey, John's video came out. Get the beer and bud ready, baby. Pop the top on that beer, which I hope is like mine, wrapped up in this koozie from Carolee Batson up in Maine. As a matter of fact, this is from Waldoboro, Maine. Wrapped up my beer in the koozie so it'll stay cool. Anyway, take a big hit off of that bud. You know what to do, baby. Blow it this way. Blow it hard this way, because the people up in Austin, in our state house, need to get their shit together. Legalize that crap. Anyway, ain't happened here. Before I get started, I don't have any mail, but my son has instructed me to let y'all know, because there's going to be a picture here in a second, I guess, while I'm talking. It's a new design t-shirt that we put out. My son's going to put a picture of it there. And it says, "Merry living to all, and to all a good life." And it's me in a, well, I can hold it up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. He's going to be flashing pictures of it. That's me in a sleigh, being pulled by Jenny, my donkey, which is very accurately drawn. This was done by Rose Sources. She is my son's girlfriend, has been for many, many years, and she is a wonderful artist, and she does wood burning on her Etsy store. I mean, she's done like photographs that you can have burned in the wood that still look like the photograph just next to it. Anyway, y'all can go down to the store. I guess that's linked down there below, and you can find that design on t-shirts, hoodies, long sleeves, pillows, coffee cups, keychains. I don't care what you got. It's on there, and I don't do much marketing on here, so I'm very proud of the design that she did. The artwork is just really just out of this world. I'm very proud of it. Anyway, what's going on? Well, shit, Donnie went to Argentina. Well, of course, that's where all good Nazis went after. Oh, well, wait, no, that's right. Different time. But you get the drift. Donnie's in Argentina, down there at the G20, with all the rest of the world leaders, including Putin and Mohammed bin Slice and Dice down there, Mr. Mohammed bin Salam or whatever his name is. Slice and Dice. That guy, of course, in the world picture, he's pushed off to the side over there because nobody really wants to associate with a known murderer, except Putin. Are you shitting me? When they met each other, Putin and Mohammed bin Slice and Dice met each other there at the G20. Holy shit. It was like, hey, bro, high five, big old smiles. They were just up in arms with each other, baby. Happy as shit, smiling. You ought to see the video on TV. Because they're kindred spirits, baby. Because they're both known for murdering journalists on foreign soil. We don't give a shit where we are. We'll kill your ass. We'll slice you up. And Donnie can't do that. Donnie can't chop Jim Acosta up. He can't do that in our country. But he sure does admire those that can. Yep, Donnie's down there. When he got on the airplane the other day to go to Argentina, I was watching him, and he said, yes, I'm meeting with Putin. You know, and I got lots to discuss there. The ship's taken from the, oh, shit. Whoo, you get going, and you get stumped on a word. Over in the Crimea, in the Ukraine, where the 3 ships were taken by Russia. And Donnie's going to meet with him until Michael Cohen stepped up into court, and it was found out what he said in the court. And then all of a sudden, an hour after Donnie's on the plane, meeting's called off. I can't meet with Putin today. Why is that? I don't think it's because of the Ukrainian thing. Donnie would just kiss his ass. Donnie would just bow down to him like he always has, and he always will. And now we're finding out just why that is, because Michael Cohen spoke up. Oh, I got lots of notes over here. Let me see if I can get through them. So, evidently, Michael Cohen comes up into court and he pleads guilty to lying to Congress. Now, what did he lie about? Well, he lied about meeting with Russians during the campaign that Donnie was running. And remember Donnie saying no contact. We had nobody talking to him, with no deals over there, no nothing. Got no money coming, no money going. Yeah, that's what Donnie was saying all that time. But evidently Donnie was playing, let's make a deal! Yeah. Just about like every other deal Donnie makes, there's a shit turd in it somewhere that's going to stink. Anyway, they were trying to make a deal for the Moscow Trump Tower. And as a little bit of spice there for Putin, I understand the Trump organization was offering Putin the $50 million penthouse on this building as a gift from the Trump family to say thank you. For what? For what, Ivanka? For what, Donnie Jr.? Because Donnie Jr., this little thing that Cohen did, that's a big problem for Donnie Jr. Because Donnie Jr. testified in, what was it, September of 2017. And little Donnie Jr. went in there and said that there was no deal on a Trump Tower in Moscow. That deal ended in 2014. Now, the question was asked to Donnie Jr. that did not continue into 2015 or 2016. And Donnie Jr.'s answer to the Congress was, no, I don't want to mess this up. Certainly not 2016. Certainly he was certain that, nope, it ended in 2014. Well, Cohen says it was still going on in June of 2016. Somebody lying there. And Manafort doesn't think it's Cohen. No, I think Manafort's going to think it's Donnie Jr. And Ivanka's in that deal. Eric, too, but I think Eric has an excuse. He was chewing gum at the time, so he probably was not involved in it. But I hope they get him up in that anyway. But all of them, Donnie Jr., Ivanka, Eric, they're all in charge of the organization. Remember, Donnie said, I'm not going to wash my hands. They're going to take over. But he didn't absolve himself from those responsibilities. He still maintained control. They're Donnie's company. That's who it is. Anyway, I want to make sure I get all this shit. So that basically lets you know that Donnie Jr. is next, and probably so is Ivanka. And you know that this little Cohen thing. Whew. I need another sip of beer. This is just the tip of the iceberg on the Cohen. Next thing we're going to hear about is that little Trump meeting in Trump Tower, which I'm sure Michael Cohen, being the little nose he was up in there, knew all about it and was probably in discussions prior to and during the meeting, you know, when Donnie Jr. called his daddy upstairs and talked to him about what they're offering and what they got to pay for it. Well, they got problems. But wait, that's not all. Right after Donnie gets on the airplane to go to Argentina, I was thinking maybe he ought to ask Putin if he could get a ride back to Russia, you know, since Ivanka's down there and Jarrett's down there, and then maybe they could sneak Don Jr. and Eric over there and Melania, and then they could all ask for asylum in Russia. Because that's where he's headed, baby. He's headed to jail. But anyway, when he gets on the plane and he takes off, what news breaks? Oh, my God. They're raiding offices. Where? Well, in Chicago, baby. That's where they raided the office. The FBI raided the offices of Edward Burke, who has been Donnie's tax lawyer there in Chicago for 12 years, I think I heard, or something. He's been there a long time, baby. He's also a city council member there in Chicago. And they raided his office. Not only that, they raided his office at City Hall, baby. And what did they do? They taped up brown paper on the windows. Kicked everybody out, taped up the windows with brown paper. And I presume they went to work searching for records. Now this guy, this Edward Burke, he got Donnie a $14 million tax savings there in Chicago on the Trump Tower building there in Chicago. And is currently in a case for millions of dollars in refunds Donnie wants on his building there in Chicago. Refunds, baby! Remember, Donnie don't pay taxes, baby. Donnie makes money any way he can. Cheating on taxes any way you can, you bet your ass. But this guy, Edward Burke, I think he smelled the bacon. Because when was it? He quit last May. All of a sudden he up and quit, Donnie, last May, citing irreconcilable differences. Shit, I thought that only happened in marriage. Nope. Irreconcilable differences between a tax attorney and Donnie Jr. Donnie. Boy, that sounds a little strange there. He was... I think this is just the tip of the iceberg, people. I've been telling y'all along. After the midterms, that's when it's all going to start. That's when the fun is going to start. What we call fun, we're going to laugh at all of this shit because we knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. But it's not pretty, and it's not something to laugh about. We're talking about our country. I'm going to get laughs at it. We're going to get big chuckles out of it. But the driving forces, you have to remember, this is the man in charge of our country. The lying, stinking fool that he is right now down in Argentina holding our banner. That bothers me, baby. He's a dishonorable, dishonest, lying sack of crap. Ain't nothing else you could say about Donald Trump. You think he's going to sign some agreement down there and they're supposed to trust him? Hell, he went to the G7 up in Canada and signed an agreement, and when he got on the airplane to leave, rescinded it. So, yeah, I don't know if they all trust Donnie to make a deal down there at the G20. He kind of screwed it up on the G7. Donnie can't count anyway. You don't know how many people are there. He's supposed to meet with China's president yesterday to try to strike a deal. And I think Donnie's in a position now where he's begging for one, baby. Please, let's make a deal. I'm making an offer here. Let's see what we can do. Well, they're going to meet tomorrow night, so we're going to see what else happens. Anyway, what else is going on? Michael Cohen pleading guilty to Congress. Donnie's calling him a weak man. He's not strong like those others have been. Ah, who's that? Paul Manafort? Yep. That's Donnie dangling that offer of a pardon out there, baby. If you just keep your mouth shut. And what's Paul Manafort got to lose at this point? Mueller's marching his ass back into court now. Of course, his sentencing date has been set for March 5th. So between now and March 5th, Paul Manafort's going to sit his ass in that jail cell and think about what's happening. He better be careful. He's got an option here. He can cooperate, go to jail, and live. Or, I don't know, get on the outside where somebody like Putin or MSB can either poke you with an umbrella or have you sliced up into little pieces and old Manafort's gone. Don't have to worry about what Paul knows. Buddy, if I was you, I'd stay in the confines of a prison where you could be protected a little bit. Anyway, that's just my deal. Anyway, Whittaker. And you know the guy that Donnie put in there for the Attorney General slot, I just got to reading this little thing in there. You know, he has 210 days that he can stay in there legally without being confirmed by the Senate. Well, Donnie's going to have to nominate somebody, and who's? Pamela Bondi. She's the Florida Attorney General. She's also a Fox News analyst and talking mouths, I understand. So she's probably got a shoe-in for Attorney General. Or Christi. And but Whittaker's got 210 days. Here's how it works. 210 days, Donnie nominates somebody. If that person Donnie nominates, say it's Chris Christie, and maybe he's got problems with bridges or road closures and shit like that, and the Senate don't want to confirm him. And then they deny him confirmation. What happens? Whittaker, the clock starts over and gets another 210 days until the next nomination. And guess what? Same thing happens again. If that person's not nominated, 210 days again. It's a little deal worked out the way that no matter what, if there's no confirmation, well, Whittaker stays. And Whittaker is trying his best to help Donnie out. But when they found out that Paul Manafort's lawyers were talking to Donnie's lawyers, getting all the information right so Donnie could write down his answers there, and then Michael Cohen comes out and screws it all up. Donnie's already given his answers, and he's got his ass in a sling. The whole family has his ass in a sling. And in the show starts, when you elect a clown, expect a circus, baby. We got one. And Anyway, I want to make sure I catch everything that was on my list. Chicago Tower, $14 million. Yeah, got a deal. January through June. What's that? Doesn't strike a bell in my mind. I don't know what it was. Donnie and MSB, they met, had a discussion, and Putin and Mohammed bin Slice and Dice met, all smiles. Michael Cohen, Paul Manafort, Whittaker. Hey, Daily Show. Did y'all see the Daily Show? I think it was on Thursday night. They sent a crew. I didn't know anything about it. I wish I had. They sent a crew down here and did a segment on the Daily Show with Trevor Noah about our district attorney. I can't remember his name, and I didn't write it down because I didn't think anything. Anyway, they had a special on there because our district attorney is a member of a biker gang, the Cavaliers here in South Texas. And he's got lots of tattoos on him, and he's got tattoos down his arms. A young fella, but he's dedicated to the job, and he was elected by the people. And it just, I guess it made a news because nobody expects an attorney general to be part of a biker gang. But ours is, baby, and he's a pretty nice guy. He don't take no bullshit. You did wrong, you're going to jail. If you did wrong, but it wasn't that bad, we're going to try to help you. That's what he ran on, and that's what he's doing nowadays. You don't want to throw you in jail for a marijuana joint. He wants to help make your life a little bit better. Anyway, he's a great guy, and I was tickled to death. The other little note down here that I had, that Steve King was back in the news again. My favorite asshole, most famous racist except Donnie, is Steve King. And I understand he was on the Freedom Radio. Freedom Radio, right there it tells you. Well, that's a crock of shit. That's one of the, anytime the Freedom Coalition up in Congress, the Freedom Radio, the they make up patriotic names like that to get the rednecks out there that are stupid enough to read a bumper sticker. That's those people. Oh, support the troops. That's me. I'm support. That's me. Those people. Trolls. They're. Anyway, Steve King was on the podcast there, and he was complaining about the 1960 immigration laws that prevented the more Irish people from coming into our country. And then he made the comment, and now we have kneelers at NFL games. That's the racist shit. That's the racist shit that Steve King, who just got reelected in Iowa, baby. I don't know what's wrong with that district. I really don't. You really should take a good, long look at who you are. Now we have kneelers at NFL games, not Irishmen. Not that there's any racist there. That's just an... Are you shitting me? As long as we have people like Steve King and Donald Trump in our house controlling the laws and spouting their hatred shit, then yeah, we're going to have racists in this country. We're going to have the Klans, the white knights, the white nationalists, the cockroaches that scum around in the dark, the scum you watch off your foot. We're always going to have them as long as people like Steve King and Donald Trump have a podium to speak from. And those are still the people. Steve King just won. He's got a while to go, baby. He's got 4 years. We'll get his ass out. Sooner or later, Steve, it's going to happen. Donnie, you're going to come and look. As a matter of fact, who's that? Jeffrey Toobin on CNN said that he does not expect Trump to finish his term. I have a feeling I like to give a toast to little Jeffrey there because I think Jeffrey's right. I don't think Donnie's going to withstand this shit. What's fixing to hit the news? Because everything's coming out from the Trump Tower deal, which I think is just a minor thing, but big enough to make a big wave. It's going to be that Trump Tower meeting. It's going to be the deals made behind the table and under the table for Trump properties all around the world, bought up by Russians and Saudis and all the other scum of the earth that are just buying our president. That's what they're doing. They bought him, and that's why MSB and Putin, we're all so happy because they know they own him. He is nothing. He's a little cockroach that they can control. Donnie is out there making excuses for both of them. Hey, maybe Mohammed bin Slice and Dice did it. Maybe he didn't. Maybe we knew and maybe he didn't know. We'll never know. Who captured the Ukrainian ships? I don't know. It could have been anybody. It could have been a 400-pound guy on a mattress somewhere. For all we know, that's Donnie. Did they hack our elections? No, we don't know. He said he didn't. That was when he committed treason in Helsinki. He's a coward. He was a coward then. He's been a coward his whole damn life. Ooh, good beer. Well, the troops are going to stay down here in South Texas until January 31st. That means Christmas and New Year's, away from their family, waiting on people who are never going to show up, buddy. They showed up in Tijuana. They were never going down to South Texas. That's a dog and pony show. But our president is willing to let those kids stay on the border all through Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, all the holidays. Screw that. You don't need to go home. You're defending the country. No, you're not. You're giving a show for Donnie. It's a one-man show. You're down there to protect what? Nothing. Anyway, Cohen lies to Congress. Did the shirt thing. Y'all go look at them shirts. They're really pretty. Toobin, January 31st free. That's it, baby. I think I covered everything on my list. I don't think I missed anything this time. Except I can't figure out what that deal January through June. Oh, that might have been the deal. That's right. He first said the deal ended in January, and Cohen did to the court, and it actually ended in June. So that was, I guess that's the reference. I'm glad I got that out of my head. Anyway, that's about all I got. Yeah. Like, share, subscribe. John Burdevo, Blue Dot in Texas, on YouTube. John Burdevo on Facebook. And John Burdevo Speaks, Blue Dot Family. The family's growing, baby. It still is. I'm so proud of Candy Guidry, who I noticed went to the margarita place on Wednesday. Wednesday is Candy's religious holiday. Every Wednesday she goes to get a margarita and feels obliged to post a picture of it just to make my mouth water. Anyway, I'm so proud of the gang over there at JBS, and they do a lot of hard work to keep the message going. At Blue Dot in Texas, on Twitter, out my truck window, anywhere else we can get the message going. But this wave, we picked up 40 seats, people. 40 seats. Sometimes we don't always win. I didn't win here in Texas. We lost in Florida. We lost in Georgia. We lost in Mississippi. We lost in places that people were hurt for losing. But hey, baby, when somebody falls, baby, somebody else picks up the banner, and we carry it forward. And that's what we're going to continue to do here in Texas. That's what I want you to do wherever you are. If you won, we're praising it, baby. We had a blue wave, and it was great. If you lost in your state, pick up the banner, baby. Carry it forward. The fight still continues. 2 years, baby. That's when I started doing this. When I started, I said, hey, 2 years, midterms. Now it's 2 years, and the big ball game starts. So saddle up, do a little batting practice. Do everything, baby. Keep the message going. Keep this on fire, baby, because this is our country. We haven't won it yet. We're just starting the battle, baby. But I think we're going to win. Y'all take care. We'll see y'all later. Bye.